Just ahead on Animal Outtakes, we're visiting a captive bred fox rescue in Springhill, Florida, learning all about these agile and adaptive animals. Plus, how the world's largest rodent is helping provide humane education in Englewood, Florida. See how these animal ambassadors are spreading the love at the Suncoast Humane Society. And conservation, preservation, and the balance of nature later in the show. We meet Desmond, a reticulated giraffe who's made his way to Florida, where anyone can visit to learn more about the world's tallest land mammal. Don't go anywhere. Animal Outtakes starts now. What started as maybe she would rescue just one, turned into a fully functioning fox sanctuary called Foxtails, Florida, where a majority of these animals have either been surrendered by their owners or rescued from a fur farm. A lot of research and a lot of time have gone into this labor of love, and as you're about to see, the animals are free to explore, to engage, and to just be a fox.
All animals have a soul, I think. I feel like it's my destiny to save these animals. We are at Foxtails, Florida, in Springhill, Florida. We are a captive bred fox rescue, taking in foxes from fur farms as well as foxes that come in from the pet trade when people can no longer keep them. We are a 501c3 nonprofit. We have 31 foxes that live currently on our property. It is very peaceful here. It's quiet. We're here, we sit on about 4 acres, and the entire sanctuary takes up about a ½ acre to 1 acre of space. We don't breed, we don't adopt out. This is a high value food for foxes. They love eggs. All it is just raw eggs. This is their run yard. Many of the foxes share this run yard. Hi, Francesca. Would you like an egg? You want to pick your own? Every single fox here, regardless of color, is a red fox, Vulpes vulpes. Because these guys are all from the fur farm, they have a wide variety of different colors. And that is created by interbreeding. They get different colors and then they use them for fur. Every single one you're seeing right here, none of these foxes would ever exist in the wild as far as a color. This is all a manufactured thing of man. This is Winnie, Turner, and Daisy. These 3 foxes here are all pet surrenders. Hi, Winnie. Would you like an egg? Here, Daisy Duke. Well, that's what they do all day here. They actually dig up everybody else's eggs and rehide them around. So it's a constant Easter egg hunt in reverse all day long here. These guys have that held over from when their ancestors did it when they were wild. Because they are interbred for so many generations and their genetics take a toll. So basically these guys, we could never let them released into the wild. We get that a lot of times. Why don't you just let them go? Because they're just like your dog. They would never survive. Because they can't hunt, they don't have any instincts. A lot of times we will sometimes get mice in the enclosures because there's food around and they're afraid of mice, which, is a staple of the fox's diet. So all of our enclosures were designed by my husband, who's an architect, and he designed all the enclosures, and then we actually built them out so that they would be perfect for the foxes. We usually keep no more than 4 foxes in an enclosure, but we also let them out in run yards for several hours every day. So everybody gets out in the run yards to get exercise and play, but most of the time they sleep most of the day. So these guys here, this is Hansel and Gretel. Hansel is a fox that came out of the fur farms with the help of Save a Fox. His feet are really deformed, and this is because he was standing on wire his entire life. And when he came in, he was barely walking. He was more walking on his elbows than on his feet because he had blown out all the tendons in his legs. Behind the scenes, it's an ugly thing where a lot of these animals come from. A lot of our foxes that were pets ended up with people who didn't do any research. So when the fox would start to act up, they just opened the back door and let the animal out. It would run neighborhoods. This is Ember. Ember was a pet surrender. This is Stormy, also a pet surrender. We got her during the hurricanes. And this is Chesney. There's a lot of abuse in the pet trade because I think people want these guys to be the way they want them to be, like a dog or a cat. But these guys are not that way. They have a very strong personality. They're more like feral cats. You might befriend a feral cat, but it's never going to be really bonded with you in most cases. This is actually a true breeding group of foxes. So these guys all came right out of the fur farm with the help of Michaela. These guys all came out of the fur farm. This is what they were in the fur farm. They were breeding, group breeding, and they were having babies. That is Caesar. Caesar's our screamer in this group. You want it? Got it. Would you like one, Winter? Winter is a fox that came out of the fur farms. She was too small to pelt, so she was on death row. Got it? Francesca. Johnny likes to steal them from everybody else. He'd prefer to steal them than actually get one on his own. Johnny is a fox that was actually wild born. So, Johnny was a wild born fox. He came in at a young age because somebody took him out of the wild. He is our only wild born fox. Everybody else is captive bred. He's about 4 years old now. He has been here his whole life. He was raised in the house at first, for the first, I want to say 3 months of his life. Then he came out here and Winter decided she would be his roommate. He cannot be released back into the wild because he is too connected with humans. What you're seeing here is not a normal thing that they would do. Foxes in the wild do not hang out with each other. So this is very artificial, the way we have them grouped up. But some foxes will get along with others, and we have them hang out together. They're solitary in the wild. I think that people don't realize what's going on behind the scenes. These guys are from the pet trade. A lot of them are from pet trades, but ones like Winter. Winter was kept in a cage that was about 2 by 2, elevated above the ground, standing on wire her entire life, which wasn't long. She was young. We have other foxes here that have been were in cages for many years. They come here, it's the first time they ever get to touch the ground. It's the first time they ever feel dirt under their feet. It's the first time they get really good food.
So I've been here 3 years and I love it. I won't give it up. I actually have a job and tell them I will not work Mondays or Thursdays. I'm so happy that these guys are living the life and they're spoiled and we feed them great and I love to see them. They're always happy to see you. Here, buddy. How you doing, huh? How you doing? Riot is my favorite. I love the colors in him. I love his personality. He's very friendly. He's just a sweetheart. I love Riot. I feed them, I talk to them. I like to work by myself. Robin always says, don't you want anybody to work with you? I'm like, no, I'm the type of person that loves to be by myself with the animals because I talk to them. Yes, they don't answer me, but sometimes I think they do. You know, like the way they look at you and they give you kind of an answer. I just like to talk to them.
I'll see if I can get a fox to laugh for you. Thanks. Phoenix came into us at 5 weeks old because His mama chewed off his tail in the fur farm. We are just trying to not only save the animals that we can, but also to educate about the idea of what happens when you purchase a fur coat. When you look at these guys and you see their personalities and who they are, their souls, you can see right through their souls, and you know that they deserve a life.
Foxtails Florida has many ways for you to engage. They do offer small group tours. They've also got sponsorship opportunities and an active social media presence. If you would like to connect and learn more about this nonprofit, visit foxtailsflorida.com. Coming up after the break on Animal Outtakes, from the tallest land mammal to the largest rodent on Earth, we've got you covered. See how these animal ambassadors are highlighting the importance of healthy human-animal bonds. And that's next.
At Dante's Den Foundation, we let the dogs tell us who they are. We welcome our boarding friends with open arms and open hearts. When your pup spends time with us, we offer a personalized experience, from how they like to play to when they need to relax. Our staff is on site 24/7, and we honor dietary needs along with special requests. We do our best to make it a home away from home by providing a safe and comfortable environment. Dante's Den Foundation. It's a great place to be a dog.
Welcome back. The Suncoast Humane Society in Englewood, Florida recently moved to a new 11-acre campus. This nonprofit organization is a shelter to vulnerable animals and provides affordable prevention services, along with ongoing support for pets and the people who love them. And when they discovered a 1-acre pond at their new location, they decided to make it a forever home for a trio of capybaras. The Happy Cappies program highlights these animal ambassadors to help spread love and emphasize the importance of the human-animal bond. Allie, we're so happy to be here with you today, and happy Cappy Day! Tell us about these creatures that you're in charge of.
So our capybaras, we have 3 rescued sisters. They're about 5.5 months old now. We've been caring for them since they were about a week old. So we absolutely love them. They are wonderful, personable little ambassador animals for our animal shelter.
Why did Suncoast decide that they were going to go after the cappies?
So one of 2 reasons. We actually moved to our new campus, which is 11.5-acre parcel that we have here, and we ended up with this amazing natural retention pond. Our pond is 1 acre, and it's surrounded by 3 acres of fencing. This space was something that we weren't able to use for our dogs. We don't like to let our dogs swim in the Florida water out here, but it was recognized by our CEO to be the perfect habitat for capybaras. Also, our whole campus was designed with the idea that play and sociability is central for the welfare of animals as well as people. So instead of the traditional medical model of sheltering where animals are kept isolated and separated, our whole goal is to bring animals together playing, almost like a summer camp instead of a stay at an animal shelter. And the capybaras are known for their sociability. They're known for their friendliness, and we thought, wow, we have the space for them, and why not bring them here to be our animal ambassadors and really spread that love of animals to others and the importance of the human-animal bond.
And how are they doing with that job?
They are excellent at their job.
Hi, sweeties.
When we have encounters, we do snacks and snuggles. We also offer yoga with the cappies, and they're absolutely delighted to partake. So they actually have a little dog door that goes into the back of the cappy cottage, and of course these girls are going to get very large. So ever since they've been young, we've been training them to come on in themselves. So they load themselves up for the experiences Usually I open that dog door and before I even get a chance to call them, they're already running inside.
So you have people taking care of these. Do they recognize you? Do they respond to you? Or do they say, I don't think I have to do it?
So the capybaras love everyone. So in the morning when I greet them, they make squeaking sounds similar to guinea pigs. So they'll do the little wee, wee, wee. They come running to greet me. They love people. And even in our experiences where, yes, we feed the capybaras, but I actually make sure I don't bring enough food so that way they will run out at some point and then the people can see their true personalities in which they just love to be pet. They actually even roll over for belly rubs for people. So they absolutely eat up the attention. As far as specific people, so I have been caring for them, like I said, since they were very young. I can't say they necessarily prefer me over anybody else. They're very social with people, so if you met them for the first time versus me, you know, they might just gravitate towards you.
Now, we are here at the Suncoast Humane Society. You do help many other animals. Just give us a brief menu of the animals that you have here.
Yeah, so currently right now we have probably 50 to 60 dogs here at the shelter. We also utilize foster homes, so that can bring our numbers up as well. We have a cattery. Our dogs and cats are housed separately too, and they're all communally housed. We also have small animals here. So we have actually right now a baby bunny. We have 3 guinea pigs, which are the capybara's closest living relative. And we also have a Russian dwarf hamster.
Oh, okay. Now the cappies, are they up for adoption or are they going to be steady occupants here?
The capybaras are our only animals here on campus where our goal is not adoption for them. So these girls are staying with us. In captivity, they can live the lifespan of a large dog. They can live up to 12 years. I hope I have them at least 12 years. So they will be living here for their whole lives. They'll have sanctuary here. And usually I tell people, if you want to bring a cappy home, you can go ahead and adopt one of the guinea pigs instead.
I've been smitten by them for 30 years, probably before most people I know ever even knew what one was. I had seen a documentary many, many years ago, and I found them really endearing. And so this opportunity came up to volunteer, and it's been a great experience. They've created a habitat here that is pretty close to what they would have in the wild, with plenty of space and plenty to eat. They sometimes are a little aloof, and they're obviously grazers. They eat throughout the day, so they're driven a lot by wherever the food is.
Little sibling stuff. Oh, well, we can't do
Yeah, sometimes they have sibling rivalry when it comes to eating the greens, but otherwise they really depend on each other for security, and they don't stray far apart from each other. And that's key for places that have them in captivity, is to have at least 2.
So I feel that humane education is really important, especially in young people. The Happy Cappies program is able to provide that for everyone of all ages. I see, anyone from 1 year old all the way up, just loving the girls. But humane education is really important to our mission because it starts children out at a very young age, developing empathy, having care, learning about the caretaking of animals and sort of why humane societies even exist and how we help the community. The Happy Cappy program is able to give more attention to our central mission of Suncoast Humane Society while also being fun and lighthearted.
If you'd like to learn more about this program, you can log on to humane.org and click on the Happy Cappies tab. Coming up next on Animal Outtakes, we meet Desmond and find out how he made his way to Florida and how he's helping giraffes in the wild. It's a long-necked, cud-chewing mammal with a prehensile tongue. I'm willing to bet you know what I'm talking about. A giraffe. These gregarious animals are often found in grasslands of Africa. But according to some sobering statistics from the Giraffe Conservation Foundation, giraffes have disappeared from almost 90% of the regions once considered prime habitats, and that includes several West African countries where they are now extinct. So what can we do? Well, the Carson Springs Wildlife Sanctuary in Gainesville, Florida wants you to visit Desmond. He's a 6-year-old reticulated giraffe who recently made his way to the Sunshine State after living in New York. Keepers are willing to bet that once you meet him in person, you will understand why it's so important to donate to places who are trying to keep this species in existence.
This is a sweet gum tree branch. This is Desmond's favorite. And we have a lot of property here, and this stuff grows like weeds. So fortunately, it all works out great. Desmond is a 6-year-old reticulated male giraffe, was just turned 6, and he came from another facility in New York where he was not getting along with the other male giraffe, and they needed to rehome him to a place where he was the only male. Actually, he was losing the battles, so when he came, he was a little bit banged up, but as you can see, he looks great now. Just needed to get his own area. And he was originally born in Milwaukee. And he was born at the Milwaukee Zoo, and as all zoos do, we trade animals around when you have surplus or to get different genetics or to pair up different animals. And so he's been quite the traveling guy. But we're really happy to have him. He's a big draw for people. People love, nobody says, I hate giraffes. And you get to feed him on the tours. You can pay $5 to feed him, and we give you lettuce or sometimes the leaves. And he comes up to the fence and almost always eats out of your hand. People don't care to donate to preserve animals unless they've seen them and they form a personal connection. So the more giraffes that are in facilities that people can see, the more money is going to be donated for wild giraffe conservation. And that's really how it has to happen. Mm-hmm. It has to happen with the zoos, the animal parks, promoting the animals, and then we all donate to wild conservation efforts. His eyesight is very good. I think he more relies on sight than sound. They are a ruminant, so they do chew their food, and their poop looks like little round pebbles, like goat poop. It's very well digested. I think all the animals surprise you with things that there's more to it. For instance, he needs to have 50 degrees or warmer. And so now we've got a big project, and we've been getting donations to winterize his barn because it's going to need heaters, which requires electrician. It's going to need insulation. They're a very laid-back animal, so they're not hard to keep. There's a lot of gravel up in his house and around his feeding areas to keep his feet worn down. And he also has some wooded areas, and he has different areas to go to and different things he can do.
If you'd like to visit Desmond or learn more about this wildlife sanctuary, go to carsonspringswildlife.org. And we'll be right back. Animal Outtakes is produced by Dante's Den Foundation, a nonprofit group dedicated to creating the best life for dogs. If you would like to learn more about Dante's Den, donate, or volunteer, visit our website, dantesden.org. Lily and I hope you had fun and learned a thing or two along the way. And we'll be back here again next week with even more animals and some engaging encounters. Until then, thanks for watching.